Hey everyone, today I'm going to be sharing all the perfumes I used up in 2024 in a would I repurchase style review. I have a lot of dupes here as well as a couple niche fragrances, so let's just dive right into it. First, let's talk dupes. I have the Ariana Grande God is a Woman dupe by Five Below. This one is the Adriana Goddess, and while this one does use the same three main fragrance notes as God is a Woman, they use them in a completely different way, and this is a completely different fragrance. I feel like the God is a Woman is more of a fruity, airy type of fragrance, whereas this one was more of a deep, musky, powdery type of fragrance. I did enjoy this one, but I don't think that I will repurchase this. The next one is the Very Seductive Champagne, and this one is a Victoria's Secret dupe. I forget the exact fragrance it's supposed to dupe, but I will pop it up on the screen for you. This is actually really nice. While it's not ultra long lasting, it's $5 and it smells like an absolutely amazingly luxurious perfume. The longevity and sillage just isn't very anything, you know? It's like a body mist, but it smells so good and I love the way the bottle looks. This one I definitely would repurchase, even though it is very weak. I tend to use my products. I don't really hold on to them. So this one is definitely a repurchase for me. I just currently want to focus on what I have in my perfume collection, but in the future, this is definitely on the list of something I would put back into my collection. I have another Five Below dupe here. This one is actually supposed to dupe Love Ralph Lauren by Ralph Lauren. That is a mouthful, but this one is called A Romantic Heart, and this one was definitely very out of my wheelhouse for scents, but honestly, it was a really nice one. It's very fresh, it almost has a citrusy vibrancy to it, but I don't know, there's just so many other fragrances I like better, but it was a really good one, but not a repurchase for me. Okay, the last one in the dupe category is this Adriana's Cotton Candy. This one is also supposed to dupe a Ariana Grande perfume, and I like this one a lot better, honestly, but this one I have already repurchased in the full size, and I absolutely adore it. It's one that I honestly don't want to be without in my collection. This one is a staple in my collection. It just has the perfect blend to it, and I just have really fallen for it. It does not smell anything like cotton candy, so don't be deceived. It smells very deep, woody, and musky, but in a girly way, and I love it. The next fragrance I have here is by English Laundry. This is a fragrance house that I recently bought a four-piece set from, maybe not ultra recently, but recently enough. And this one is the Primrose. This one has the gorgeous, like, multicolored bottle. This one honestly reminds me so much of Dolce & Gabbana's A Light Blue Woman, but it has like none of the same fragrance notes. This is not supposed to be like citrusy, aquatic, fresh like it is, but it is, and I really love it. On me, it literally smelled the same as Dolce & Gabbana, so I really loved this one. It's one that I would consider in the future, but I have experienced quite a few fragrances that literally just smell exactly the same as that fragrance, and I'm kind of curious as to why. But I really love the original Dolce & Gabbana, and I've had that one in my fragrance collection multiple times, but don't right now, and I am missing it, especially now that I have pretty much used up my clone of that fragrance that was in my collection. So would I repurchase this? Sure, but I also would rather kind of just buy the Dolce & Gabbana light blue. But English Laundry is a much more affordable fragrance house. So decisions. I right now just want to focus on using what I have. Another one that I used up and feel silly because I took the label off. I felt like I was going to do something with this bottle, but this one was Tahiti Dream, and it was a really nice like coconutty milk airy fragrance. It did have like other floral notes to it and a little bit of maybe a citrus or something. It was one that I actually found at the Dollar General and I didn't really have high hopes for. It definitely was more on the fragrance mist side and more on the light side, but I loved the fragrance of this. If I saw it again, I totally would pick it up again, but it was a gift set from a couple years back, and I know they won't have it again, but it was really nice for what it was. While I've always loved a luxury fragrance, I have gotten a lot more open to using fragrance mists and other types of perfumes and fragrances, and I found that you can find great fragrances at every price point. So I did also grab these weird little glitter rollers. They were very juvenile, and I feel like they were more for the kiddos, but it was cute, it was fun, and this one I think was either the blueberry or the strawberry one. I honestly forget which one I used up already, but this one was a very light, glittery, shimmery little roll-on, and I found this one at the Dollar Tree. That was by the Be Pure brand. So this is a no for a repurchase for me, but it was cute for what it is. And I don't know that it's necessarily a perfume, but I didn't know where to put it in my empties, and this felt more appropriate being a scented type product. The next piece I have here is actually a piece I had in my jewelry box forever. I just went ahead and finished it and bought a full size. I actually have a full size and a mini, a travel one, but this is the Yatis by Givenchy. I absolutely love this fragrance. And while a lot of people will argue and say that this is a super grandma fragrance, I absolutely love it. I adore it, and I always have, so I'm going to continue to wear it. I don't really care what anybody else thinks. I adore this fragrance. So this one is most definitely a yes for a repurchase. I have repurchased multiple times and will continue to do so. This was just the drops that I had left from years ago when I pretty much ended my fragrance collection, and now I've started enjoying fragrance and other fun things in life again. So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful one. I would recommend it to anybody, but most people don't love it like I do. And last but not least, I don't know if you can call Sniff a niche fragrance, but I did try a couple of their fragrances this year. I finally got my hands on Dead Dinosaur, which is supposed to be a gasoline-esque type of fragrance. I'm one of those weird people that loves really strange smells, such as chopped grass, burning wood, gasoline, skunk, just weird fragrances I like. And once I found out there was a gasoline perfume, you know I had to get my weird little hands on it, and I love this. It smells like the garage. It has other fragrance notes to it, pink peppercorn being a really notable one, and this one I feel like definitely has that as a standout in this fragrance. I really liked this, and I have a full size of this. This is just the fragrance sample that comes along with it. I don't really want to say whether I would repurchase something that I already have in my collection, because that just doesn't make sense. Same with the next one, which is Slice Society. This was from the Secret Menu as well, and this is one of those super weird ones. This was supposed to be a pizza fragrance. No, it does not smell exactly like pizza. It is an ode to pizza. It has a very bready, doughy, super gourmand note to it. It does have just a hint of a tomatoey zest and a little bit of that herbal note, not like too oregano-y or basil-y or anything, but there is that herbal freshness to this as well, but it's mostly that doughy bready note. And to me, I feel like that's super layerable as a gourmand fragrance with like any other sweet fragrance, and then you'll get like a cakey or a tart or, you know, some sort of gourmand sweet treat. So I really love this one. I was super weirded out by the thought of a pizza fragrance, and I just had to try it, of course. So I tried it, I loved it, and it's completely different than what you would expect. So this one is another one I can't really say that I would repurchase or not, because I do have the full size. And while it's not a whole lot, that is all the perfumes that I used up in 2024. I was mostly focused on my body spray, body mist style products, and I went through a ton of body sprays, probably between 50 and 70 body sprays, but I hope to focus more on my perfumes this year. I actually intend on starting a perfume project, so definitely stay tuned for that. If there's any perfumes that you used up this year, I would love to hear about it down in the comments. But that wraps it up for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.